Okay, so here are a few other things for you to take into consideration when purchasing land. We talked about making sure you test the soil quality, but did you also check out the terrain? Is it hilly? Is it sloped? Is it in a flood zone? Is it going to be suitable for your intended use? You need to check those things out. When you're looking at a piece of land from the street, or let's say somebody in a neighborhood where a family member of yours has lived for several years and they've had this vacant piece of land right beside them. Now you said, you know what? I'd love to live right there. I'm going to buy that land. They say, you know what? I'm going to sell it to you. After the fact, maybe 5 years down the line, you say, I'm going to go ahead and build a house on this piece of land that I bought from my friendly neighborhood neighbor or my family member's neighbor all those years ago. And you start to do your due diligence. You hire a construction team, the surveyor gets out there, and they say, wait a minute, all of this land is contaminated, or all of this land is nothing but a swamp. It's wetland. You can't even build on it. We got to pack this with dirt. We can't even drain it because guess what? There are endangered species living here, and we can't go in here and pack any dirt in. We can't take any of this mud out. We can't cut down any trees. It's a tree save area. You've held on to this land for 5 years. Now, we're not pointing any fingers. We're just going to say, before you sign on the dotted line, before you write the check, make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that this land is a piece of property that you would like to build on and that you can build on. I said that in the last video. Can you build on the land that looks like it's going to meet your needs? Will it be able to accommodate will it be suitable for your intended use? Okay, very important thing to take into consideration. Environmental considerations are something that a lot of people don't even think about, because if you've seen a house sitting there next to this land, nobody says, well, why hasn't anybody built on it? You just take for granted that they didn't want any neighbors sometimes. Okay, let's be educated buyers, right? Let's be educated consumers. So that's why I'm giving you this list. So next thing you want to take into consideration is you need to make sure that there's clean title to this land. Just like when you're purchasing a home, is there anyone who might contest the sale of this land? Are there any disputes going on? Does the current owner have clear title, and can they convey that to you in a real estate transaction? You don't want to have anybody coming and knocking on your door later on and saying, excuse me, buddy, this isn't your land, this land is mine. So make sure you have that investigated. A great attorney will do that for you. Title searches are par for the course in any real estate transaction. Don't skip that. It's so important. Okay. The size and shape of the land. I mentioned a surveyor before, but you want to make sure and know what this land actually lays out like. Is it an awkwardly shaped land that just has a nice front yard, but it's pointed at the back and you don't have any yard and you really can't build anything? You want to make sure and get that investigated so that you know, again, that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. You're purchasing this land to either build your own personal residence or a commercial building or a business, an industrial facility. Whatever you have planned, if you're developing it for a future community, you want to make sure and see your plan to fruition, right? So let's make sure and do the things that's going to make you a happy landowner and make this land profitable for you, okay? Again, I mentioned this before. Make sure you've counted up the cost to what actually purchasing and construction and developing is going to look like for you. What are the tests that you need? You need to have an inspection. You may need to have a perk test. You need to have a survey. You need a title search. These are other things that you're going to take into consideration. You're counting up all the costs when you're purchasing your land to make sure you're actually prepared for this endeavor. That's just part of it. Now, if you have a construction team, you have a builder that's going to build on this land for you, they may have a team. You need to ask them those questions. Do you have an engineer? Who do you have on staff that can perhaps do the survey? Or do you know someone? Do you have a list of partners that you can reach out and call so that I don't have to go and scramble looking for this myself? A lot of times your contractors, your builders will have that as a resource for you. Now, myself, I make sure and connect my clients with different professionals who are going to help them to make sure this journey is solid for them. Now, along the way, there have been things that I have seen for the first time in my career. We all learn at the same time, but I'm very quick with getting those resources. I'll be happy to help you with your home purchase, and I'm also happy to help you with your land purchase and your construction process, okay? So we have surveyors that we can contact, appraisers that we can contact. Yes, appraisers can appraise land. Land-friendly lenders, attorneys, great realtors. We have a whole team that you can make sure this on this journey with you from start to finish so that you don't feel like you're having to do all the research yourself. By all means, do your research, find out what you can, but then let the experts help you to connect the dots and make sure you have a seamless process. Okay? That's about all I have for now. This is not the end. I just want you to reach out to me so that we can talk about what your specific goals are and make sure we help you to reach your goals. All right? I hope this is helpful. There's a whole lot more than what I've said about purchasing land in terms of your due diligence, and I'll be happy to share that information with you. My contact information will be at the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching.